And we're live. Look at that. Hey, 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 folks. Good to see y'all. Let's see who happens to be in here. Oh, wow. We got Aussie Sue down under. What is going on with you? Sugar Britches. We got Big Cole over there. Please like and share this stream out. God bless y'all. Happy Pearl Harbor Day. If you 1941, December 7th was when Japanese decided they wanted to come over and sneak attack us. And then the next day, we wound up being in conflict, war with them. So how you guys doing? Stimulate. Hey, howdy, howdy. What's going on with you? What are you guys drinking tonight? I got medium dark roast. Oh my, yes, yes indeed. Change of venue. Usually do all this recording and everything from my bedroom in front of a green screen. But today, I'm doing it from my living room. So you can see the old Christmas tree back there in poinsettia and stuff like that. So, how you guys doing? God bless y'all. Joanne, what's up? How's the audio? Audio doing all right? Let me make sure that the audio is situated just right. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. Yeah, looks like it. And oops. Let me switch this one before I start doing anything. There we go. All right. I'm glad I looked at that. I don't know why in the world I didn't do that. Drinking iced tea. Jean Paul, what's up, brother? Jean Paul's Shelton's in here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. But there you go. Let's go ahead and get the prayer started, and then we'll break out and start doing this here show. I humbly ask our Lord Jesus Christ that if it be in accordance with your holy will, that all curses, evil, demonic involvement, and or attacks being sent against us be blocked and be sent back from whence it came. Dear Father God, please bless the following folks. Shell and Aiden, Laura and her family, Gracie, Julian, Jeff, Sharon Guy, Patrick, Brenda, Julie S., Aaron and Erica, Lakea, AJK, Claire Ellis, Doll, Gil, Jayla, Breland, plus their mama Janice. Stimulate, Jack and his children, Juanita Hicks, Lee, Amy, Beth and Kurt and their father, Wes and his dad, T. Willis, Daryl Pratt, Jose Ramirez, Chase and Levi, Julie Wheeler, Marquetta Jones and her family, Holly, Sharon Arms and Kevin, and anyone that has unspoken prayers, needs, wants. Please, Father, bless them as you see fit. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. There you go. Let's see, we got Yukon in here. What's up? So, how you guys doing on this? Let's see, December 7th. I just went through the, today is the Pearl Harbor Day. In remembrance of all those fine folks that lost their lives. Hold on just a second. Let's get this thing. National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, also referred to as the Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day or Pearl Harbor Day, is observed annually in the United States on December 7th to remember and honor the 2,403 Americans who were killed in a Japanese surprise attack on Pearl Harbor in Hawaii on December 7th, 1941, which led to the United States declaring war on Japan on December 8th, 1941, the next day, and thus entering into World War II. And according to, wait just a second, how many did I see? I think we got just a little over 170,000 according to what they're estimated. 170,000 veterans still left alive. Hey, all right. Chase and Levi have been reunited and has custody. Oh my, that is a godsend right there. Praise God. Glad to hear it. Thank you for telling me that, Joanne. Appreciate that. Silent Rain, what is going on with you? Hope everything's going on good with your family and your mama. But seems America has forgotten those lessons learned from that time. Big John says. Yep. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But God reigns supreme still. That has not changed. So, first off, we got the prayer out of the way, and salute to everybody that is a veteran, no matter where you were a veteran and what branch of Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Space Force, or whatever, no matter what country you come from. Thank you for your support, your um, just thank you for serving. Thank you for your service. I know there's a few veterans out there that just say, "Hey, that was my duty. That's what I need to do." You don't need to thank you, but I appreciate it greatly. I wouldn't be able to do this thing that I'm doing right now. So let's get this thing started. If you saw what the poster for the show, oh, you're welcome. Appreciate you. Appreciate you greatly, each and every one of you. If you saw the poster for the show, I've got that up here and running. This is actually from a cave somewhere, I think. I'm thinking this is probably in the Africa somewhere. But let me go ahead and I can't play the audio because everything that puts this stuff out, it's already been traded hands, and they put their little spin on it, and YouTube don't like a whole lot of audio unless it is just like this impromptu stuff. So here we go. So anyway, this is a dark, gloomy. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Look at that. What in the heck is this right here? What is that? Is that a demon? Is that something from beneath? The Euphrates River is about to dry up. If it's not already dry in spots, but it's almost dry up. Alien, Big John says. I don't know. I honestly don't know what the heck that is. But that being said, let's go ahead and get the show, get the invite here. I want to drop a link to how to get in the show. If you want to come on StreamYard, you're more than welcome to do it. Just, behave yourself kind of stuff. Well, you're supposed to drop it. There you go. Barry Browning, what's going on? We got Love Cat in there. A Jin, could be. Demon, demonic, the fallen. Who knows what that is? Star Wars battle droid? Maybe. I don't know. Now, when you get to this point, let's go back through here, and this is what the original was. And then if you go in and kind of monkey with the settings and stuff, you can get whatever it is standing there. Don't think that's a battle droid, but who knows? All right, Joanne, what are you wanting to ask? Call in 931-994-6917 or drop the question in the chat there. Whatever you want to do. However you want to do it. Or jump in on that StreamYard. Just follow the links. You don't have to share your photograph or your pictures or anything like that. You just got to share out your microphone. But there you go. Barry, how you doing, brother? I ain't seen you in a hot minute. So what do you think this is? Is this a fake photograph of whatever it is underneath the cave system? Is this real? Is this a jinn or some sort of demonic something or other? Could it be a cryptid skinwalker? Who knows? Well, all I can say is I'm blessed more than I should be blessed. So that's it. No, all that is just a picture. That's an enhanced picture. I'll go over here. Right here is what it originally looked like, and you barely could make it out. And then somebody went and enhanced the picture. But you never know what it is. There's no video that I have come across. There was, hold on one second. Let me see. There was something I looked up. Let me see if I can find it first. I was looking it up yesterday. Do you guys remember? Oh, here it is. Is this it? Let me find it. Let me get this. Let me get this up and running. I had a notion. Well, actually, somebody close friend. If this is it. Can't play the audio because the audio is just. Well, are you going? The bizarre moment that the police officer appears to be teleported. Let's see if I can get this. No, I can't do that. Let's go ahead this way. This is off the Daily Mail, and I'll drop the link in here in a little bit. But this is strange. Let me get that out of the way. I don't need that. I don't know why in the world might come to mind, but let me get this. But this was, let me, nope. Let me remove, stop, and then share something else out. You know, I didn't plan on sharing this out, but I hadn't seen this in a hot minute. So, anybody remember this particular video? It looks like whatever it was, just decided to melt a cop or state trooper or whatever the heck that is. Anybody remember that one? D Knuckle, what's up, brother? Haven't seen that in years, no. Shell sent me a bunch of pictures yesterday, and I was like, I've seen that. And I went looking for it. Oh, my sweet. It took me probably about 10, 15 minutes to find it. I went through and did everything I could find. There we go. I don't know what the heck that is. Honestly, I don't even. It's been that guy got melted. Yep. 931 994 6917 is my number. Let me get this thing going here. Joanne, if you'd like to call in, or just drop your question in the chat there, we'll take care of it. Lord, I don't want to see old Maxine Waters, but anyway, there you go. What would you think that was? Of the whatever at that got flashy thing. Yep. Let's see. Well, I hope that wasn't real. I hope it wasn't real either, but it certainly kind of looked like it could be. The actual number is right here past the email. The number just went by. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. 931-994-6917. If you want to call in, text, or email me at SeanGraham@imdarkwaters.com. Got a Homelander. Yeah, Homeland. Yeah, that's an interesting series. It's a little bit too woke for me, but yeah, it's interesting enough to watch it once. But to go back and rewatch it again and again, no way, Jose. That makes my brain itch. I'm really surprised they kept it on the internet. They took a lot of great evidence off and can't find it. Well, I went on a mission to find it yesterday, and it took me about 15 minutes. I almost gave up before I found it. I put in every iteration of UFO, cop, whatever in to find it, and I finally found it. And there's old Shell right there, the lady that got me to go hunting for that piece of victio. But yeah, there you go. It's a heck of a. Well, I want to play that one more time. I like I said, I hadn't seen that in a hot minute, probably about a year, give or take. But yeah, let's exchange and get this thing going. Present, share screen, and then we'll go ahead and share screen over here. All right, there we go, and we'll go down here and hit play. Of course, this is over on Mail Online. Now, the thing of it is, a couple things I kind of wonder if it's real or not. Hey, Bonita, what's going on? I look festive. I scrambled to, I just didn't want to do a freaking show in front of a green screen tonight. I don't know what the heck that was all about, but just didn't want to do a green screen show tonight. So what I did was, well, the tree behind me actually started out on my dining room table, believe it or not. And it's a little 4-foot Charlie Brown tree that my aunt came over and helped me put it up a couple 3 days ago, something like that. But there you go. And the poinsettia, that's a real poinsettia. The tree's faker than a $3 bill, but the poinsettia is real. But there you go. Just wanted to get out of the bedroom and in front of a green screen and just say, hey, we'll give you a little bit of, I almost did it in front of, instead of doing it in my living room in front of the fireplace, I almost did this in front of my staircase. Remember that those stories I told about my staircase with things or the ghost upstairs? I almost did it in front of that. I may do that next week. Ghost of Christmas Past. There you go. But yes, let me get rid of that. Sheldon and Don. Sheldon, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. But maybe next week I'll do all this in front of my staircase and have the video pointed up toward the top of the stairs so you can see as I'm doing this. I'll have my back to the staircase though, so you can see upstairs. Who knows? This whole place is since I got it blessed real well. I honestly haven't felt a thing, haven't heard a thing in here. Seen some stuff outside, but not inside like I used to. That's the crazy thing. But there you go. Now let's go back to what we were doing earlier. There was old Shell. There you go. Next thing up is I found, I don't know how old this thing is. I think this was put out in March of this year, so it's been out for a hot minute. I just found it a couple of days ago. She's trying to call. Yeah, it's open. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's open. Nobody's called me. She's open. Let's 931-994-6917. There you go. Maybe she misdialed the number. I don't know. But I hadn't seen it. Anybody? Aha, here we go. I see it now. All right. Hold on just a second. We'll get you patched through here. All right. Hello, you're live on the air. Where you? What's your name? Where you from?
Finally got through.
Oh yeah.
It's doing. It's
Yep.
doing. I'm sorry. I have a terrible cold.
Oh, that's all right.
Mm.
What in the world?
Hot one.
Hold on just a second.
You call me. Okay.
Let me get this thing. I don't know why it's still ringing on my other devices, even though I answered on my laptop. So what's going on with you, Joanne? Merry Christmas, by the way.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you. Aside from being sick, I'm doing all right.
All right.
Um,
Well,
what I was I didn't want to type it all out because it's a little bit long.
all right.
Um, and I didn't know if you might have been aware of this or not. But the
Okay.
other day when I'm on YouTube, and it wasn't that I was looking for your show. I was just getting on YouTube and I was looking to see what notifications were up and things like that. And all of a sudden, a message from YouTube popped up and asked me how I liked your show.
Oh, awesome. I hope I've seen that on other streams and other whatevers. So
Well, that's the first time I've ever had YouTube pop up and ask me how I liked a particular show.
I've had it
And
happen
I
maybe three
subscribe
times,
to,
something like that. Just random.
I, yeah, I subscribe to like 80 different podcasts. So, um, but I just thought that that was kind of interesting. And I was like, oh, needless to say, gave it high marks because I do like your show.
Oh, I
But I
appreciate that.
just thought that it was really, no, you're quite welcome. But I just thought that that was really interesting. And I thought, hmm. And I didn't know if, you know, if it was because of the algorithms or what. Because and I mean, I've been following a lot of podcasts for quite some time, but I just thought that it was very weird. All of a sudden, I just get this random question. It was the very first time that I ever gotten that on YouTube,
Hmm.
and I was like, huh, that is, like I said, I just thought that that was really interesting.
Right. Right. Well,
And
I
I just
appreciate you
answered
giving
it
me
with,
high marks.
oh, you're quite welcome.
So, how have you been? Have you seen anything interesting here lately? Any uh, interesting things that happening out there that you've come across, or stuff happening to you?
Well, actually, I did see something similar to what you just showed previous about the picture of something in the cave.
Oh yeah.
I
Uh,
saw a picture of that someone took a picture. This was down in Mexico of a person that was out hiking, and he happened to be hiking past some caves, and he happened to notice something, and he took his phone out and he zoomed in, and there was this very large creature
okay.
that happened to come to the front of the cave, and he videoed it.
Oh,
And
I've seen that. It sort of looks like it's peeking around the corner of the cave. I believe.
no, no, this creature came right out to the front of the cave. You got a full view of this creature. It's kind of
Oh,
reddish color,
is it
and the
that giant on
creature,
the side of a hill? Side of a hill? Is that the one you're talking about?
yeah,
Okay.
on the side of the
Yeah.
hill. He's not peeking around it. He comes full view and
Right.
kind of like Dan looks at the guy and is kind of like, well, you're not that interesting, and then just goes back into the cave and goes off. And I think the caption is, yes, there are such things as giants or something to that effect.
Oh
And
yeah,
I remember
definitely.
that, and but that they are still around. And I thought that, oh, and actually I thought that was a pretty cool capture. I don't
Hmm.
think that or anything like that. And then I also came across something, and I'm trying to remember where I heard it, but I can't quite remember off the top of my head. That's what happens when you get the flu. I heard someone talking about the Kandahar giant.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah. Hmm.
it was not one giant that was actually killed. It was two giants that were actually killed.
Hmm.
And that was on a recent podcast that I just heard that. And I can't remember the podcast that I heard it on.
Chase's mama
was
she was a third party. I think she was a helicopter mechanic and was stationed there about that time. And that was all, that was talked about all over the base, according to what she was saying. I can't remember
Yes.
Chase's mom's name, but forgive me that I forgot your name. But it's been a hot minute since I talked to her.
Yeah. This was a guy who was telling the story. Actually, it was on Tony Merkel's podcast.
Oh, okay.
His 500th episode. That's where I saw it. Because his 500th episode just got released the other day.
Well, that's nice.
And he was, and he was talking about that. And he said he was there. And he said that, everybody thinks that it was just one giant that was killed, and it wasn't. It was two giants that were killed. And
wow.
I haven't listened to the whole thing. I only got part of it because I think the episode is like over 2 hours long, and it's like, okay, I like listening to Tony, but I can only take so much of him. So,
so what? The one thing that comes to mind, I don't recall what the conflict was about. That they, a bunch of army or whatever the branch was come across these giants. So what? That was my my concern was how they come across it. Were they coming into a cave for whatever reason
well, there was a squad before them that went into that area because they had heard that there was I don't know if it was Taliban or what, but a squad before them went, and the squad did not come back.
Okay.
So this squad went in to go see what happened to that squad. And when they approached that area, this giant came out and killed one of the members of the squad, and the squad leader knew about the giant or the giants, and they started shooting, and they were shooting at the chest, and they said, no, don't. He hollered at them, shoot at the head, shoot at the head. And because the giant that came out pierced one of their comrades with a giant spear, and they shot the giant. They basically decapitated him with all of their rifle fire. That was the only way that they could kill him, because basically, in a sense, the bullets wasn't able to penetrate the chest because of the way that they were built, or because of the way that they are built, supposedly. Mm-hmm. And as soon as they killed him, they had the Black Hawk helicopters coming in, and they somehow, I don't know how, but somehow they because the squad was in such shock, those men were taken off to the side, and they were all told that they had to sign, I think they're non-disclosures
Right.
that they were not supposed to be talking about it. And another team came in that was familiar with what was there, and they wrapped the body up. When they flew the body back to where, not necessarily the base, the helicopter landed outside of the base, and they not only found the male giant, but they also found a female and 2 children. Now, whether they killed the female and the 2 children, that I don't know. I don't remember. But that was another thing that happened.
Hmm.
And that was in that cave. And when they went in that cave, they discovered the remains of the first squad that went in there, but they also discovered many, many human remains of many other soldiers. And from what they were able to tell, there was soldiers going back from like hundreds of years. So they were able to tell that these people have actually been killing human beings for like centuries.
Oh yeah.
Because
So
they found like the French, they found Spanish, they found, the people that lived in that area just from the clothing that they were able to find. And plus they found their squad that had been brought in there, and they had been cannibalized basically.
wow.
So yeah, it
makes sense. They happenstance. They just happen upon wherever they have a home, which is in from what I understand in the cave systems. Why
right.
in the world get in there and they just devastate whoever comes across their home in the
Yeah,
cave. Yeah.
yeah.
And then have a picnic on their bones,
Oh,
unfortunately. So,
yeah. And not just human beings, animals, livestock. They found bones of, whatever livestock there is over there. So, they have to survive. So they're opportunistic. And, I mean, there's lots of different theories as to why, the government have taken the bodies, and because they, some people believe that they're Nephilim, and, that I don't want to say they have like, I don't want to say I know that this is the wrong term, but they have, not magical powers, but they have,
supernatural.
yeah, supernatural,
Okay.
or, something that we don't have, or that we have lost in our history, like healing powers or that type of thing.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well,
So it's just like there's a lot to that, honestly.
my ex-wife's father, God rest his soul, was the 7th son of the 7th son. I've seen that fellow heal people.
Oh yes,
Yes, that there's old wise tale, but that wise tale is true. I've seen that fellow stop bleeding, heal people. He'll pray to God, and then whatever miracle comes from that connection he has with God, with being the 7th son of the 7th son. Something's to it. That's
mm-hmm.
all I can tell you.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Were you the one that? Were you the one that put the thing in there about Chase and Levi? Levi got found.
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's great, fantastic.
Yes. Oh yes, yes. That was, oh man. I was like, oh, thank God, praise be. And
Yeah, stuff like that.
that is one happy man.
Yeah, I absolutely. Well, unfortunately, you go with missing kids like that. Usually the outcome is a heck of a lot different. Stuff that you don't want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he has not talked to his son for 10 years.
holy smokes! Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
he's a happy camper and he's going to have a great Christmas reunited with
Oh
his
yeah.
son.
His
Glad to hear it.
his son was so happy to see him, and the once they were able to locate them and bring them in, and DHHS came in, custody of Levi went to Chase's mother.
Mm-hmm.
His ex-wife has gone into rehab, and I don't know about the baby.
Oh,
I know
I would assume the
I know
baby.
the baby is not. It's not Chase's, so
Okay.
I don't know what happened to the baby.
Well,
The baby
praise
could have
God
gone over
that
to
those
her
kids, everyone came out safe, and Chase's ex is getting help. So that's a win-win
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Got to look at
and
it from a perspective of blessings.
oh
I
yeah,
hate it. I hate it
very
happened, but I'm glad everybody come out uh, with a positive spin to it.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes, yes, very much so. So
Absolutely.
I would like to tell you,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Get right in.
And I kind of consider this, not that my dad died around Christmas time. He actually died a week before 9/11. But it's all in the, what's the word that I want? It's, a lot of people are afraid to die. And let me tell you, it is, well, I know that you know this because you've met God, and, dying, there's nothing to be afraid of dying. And for
True.
anybody else that may think that, that you should fear dying, you shouldn't fear dying, because the night that my dad died, that was the most beautiful experience that I have ever witnessed. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. That night, it was, he died on September 4th, and he was in hospice. It was a full moon, and he died around 1:30 in the morning. And when he passed, now, in the hospice house at that hour of the night, and pretty much everybody's asleep. And my family was there. My mother wasn't there because my mother had dementia. We had brought her back home, and we were able to get other family members to stay with her and with my husband because he was tired. He wanted to go home. So I had brought them back home, and the other family members came over and stayed with them, and I went back. And right after he passed, I went walking out of the room, and I heard, now, grant you, there's a church nearby, but this church was well over a mile from where the hospice house is. And yes, the church has bells, but no church is going to be ringing bells at 1:30 in the morning. Okay.
True.
I walked out of that room, and I heard bells ringing, and I just stopped. And my sister-in-laws came out. They were behind me, but they were like probably about 10 feet behind me. And I just rose, and I just gasped. And they went, "What's the matter?" And I said, "Did you hear that?" And they went, "No, hear what?" And I said, "Didn't you just hear those church bells ring?" And they just kind of looked at me, and I went, "No." And I went, "I just heard church bells ring."
Wow.
And then we went walking over, and in the hospice house, there was an area, kind of like a family room. And this was, you go walking down the hall, and it's just kind of like a living room sitting area. And we were walking down the hall to that area, and the moon was shining bright, and the moonlight that came through those window panes. Now, the window panes are not prism at all, but the moonlight that shined through that night was glowing in that room. And it was like there was little starlight sparkles that came through. And myself, and my two sister-in-laws were just standing there looking. It was just, that whole room was just glowing. And when even now thinking about it, and I can see it, I'm getting goosebumps. And my sister-in-laws are looking at each other, and they're saying, "Are you seeing what I'm seeing?" And they're saying, "What are you seeing?" And they're saying, I'm seeing sparkles. I'm seeing it. It was just absolutely incredible.
Wow.
And, oh yeah, and to not think that there is not another life after, and that there is not a God, and that there is not something else. How can you not think that?
Well, there are. I've had this discussion with a handful of people about why you can't. There's people out there that are atheists and believe, hey,
Yeah,
that's it. I'm like, okay, how do you explain all that is around us, all the
yeah,
intricacies? We're just a happenstance chemical reaction. Okay, where did the chemical reaction come from? I don't know.
yeah.
All right,
No,
what?
there is so much more.
Yeah, there's so
And
much
then,
more. We're all connected.
oh yeah,
Frequencies, states of matter, states of being, states of what have you, states of prayer. Well, I believe without a doubt, we are all intricately connected.
oh yes, in one form or another.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've never told that to anybody.
Well,
You're the
thank you
first
for
person I've
sharing.
ever told.
Oh, thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. And I know with the people that, that listen to you, I don't. I just have this feeling that there's somebody out there that needed to hear this.
Right.
And I just, you know, and like I said, it's not like it's a Christmas story, because it isn't, because he didn't die at Christmas. He died the week before 9/11. And I had told one of my aunts, because his funeral was actually the day before 9/11. And I said, because at one point in my dad's life, he was a police officer. And I said, there was a reason why he died when he died. And, he was there to help those who passed on 9/11, to help them transition to the other side,
All right.
because that's the type of person that he was. If you needed a shirt, he would have given you the shirt off his back.
Well, there
That's
are
how he
folks that,
was.
there are folks out there that will do that. They will give you the shirt off the back. I don't, my family members are just exactly like that. I am too. It's just, uh, mainstream media wants you to believe that there are not folks out there like that. They're all, selfish little gits. That's
Yes.
all they want. They want to take on whatever they can get from you for free, and that's it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'm the
but
type of person,
yeah,
if you give from the heart, you don't need to brag about it. You don't need to, um, you don't need to, yeah, you don't need to brag about it. You're giving from the heart. You don't need
right,
to put it out to the world.
true.
You just do it.
If I ever give anything to anybody, I don't expect it to ever come back to me.
Yeah,
That's how I look at it.
yeah,
That's always how I've always been. But hey, whatever it is. But yeah, there are a lot of people out there that will bless you. Actually, I had somebody last night, a random stranger that had followed me for a little bit, popped in my Facebook thing, said I'd like to bless you with a donation. I was like, bless someone else. I pass it on to somebody else.
yep, yep.
So
I used to tell my husband, he's like, how can you be so positive? My husband, when I first met him, he was always so negative. Of course, by the time he passed away, he had changed his mind. That's another story. Um, because his outlook, he had a rare genetic disease,
mhm.
and he should have died by the time he turned. When I first met him, he was 33, and because of his rare genetic disease, he should have been dead by that age.
Mm.
But
Oh,
he lived the age of 60, and which, in that respects, that was a miracle. And we would have been married 25 years if he'd have made it to that, but he didn't quite make it to that. He was a few months short. But we were together. Um, we were together for almost 27 years. We got married on the day that we met. And yeah, because he died, we got married on May 6th, 1989. And we met on May 6th, 1987.
so
And
it took you
he
2
died on,
years. So who popped the question? He or you?
oh, he did.
Oh, okay.
We were on our way to church. And it was so funny because he said, so he had to ask me 3 times because I didn't think it was serious. It was kind of funny. He said, so what do you think about getting married? And I said, well, yeah, because he was blind. So I was driving a car, and we were sitting at the top of a hill waiting for the stoplight to change. And he says, so what do you think about getting married? And I said, well, yeah, that would be, you know, yeah, someday that would be fine. I didn't think he was serious because we talked about marriage before, and nothing came of it. And and the stoplight at that particular time was very slow stoplight. It wasn't like there was a lot of traffic or anything like that. And so we continued, just talking. So then he asked me again. He says, "So, you know, how do you feel about getting married?" And I said, "I think, marriage is a great idea. When you think it's the right time, it'll happen." So again, talking, a few minutes go by, and finally he comes out with, "So, what do you say we get married?" And I'm thinking, OMG, he's serious.
Third time's a charm, huh? Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing that wonderful memory. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. And he was so funny too, because when I talked about that, he says, that didn't happen that way. And I'll go, oh, yeah, it did. And then, And then when we had his funeral, we had it actually on our anniversary, what would have been our 25th anniversary. We had his funeral on that day, and in the Catholic Church, they were having their the priests were like having their, I don't want to say convention, but they had it wasn't really a priest. I think he was kind of a deacon that was visiting from South Africa. So the priest of the church wasn't even going to be there. So the deacon ended up doing the funeral service, and I had told him some stuff about Dennis and I, and I had told him about that, and then he pointed out all the things about the number 3 that is in the Bible, and it was one of the greatest sermons I had ever heard coming from a deacon about the number 3 and where it was on the 6th day of May. Excuse me.
That's all right.
And he was, he talked about the number 6 and the number 3, 3 persons, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and and how much the number 3 is found in the Bible, and the number 6 is found in the Bible, and it was just the greatest thing, and how I wanted it to be a celebration of life, because it was a celebration. It was a celebration of his life and a celebration of our life, and
All right.
People who were there were the people that counted the most. It was my family, it was his family, and there wasn't that many people left from his family, because most of the people in his family had already passed away, and now there's just one brother and his sister-in-law and nephew that's left. So out of 6 of them, because they've all died from various illnesses, and fortunately his youngest brother, now he's going through a lot of things, and he was one of the healthiest ones out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So life's a funny thing.
Life is.
But
it's worth living. You get blessed with it. I only get blessed with it once, but God throws a whole lot of stuff at you. I can tell you that. Saying, "Hey, I'm here. Let me help you out." You just have to pay attention. Sometimes,
I took care of them. Go ahead.
No, sometimes you just sometimes, like for me, I didn't pay attention to God whatsoever. It took a whole lot of mess to get me to turn my eyes back to God. Well, with leg and the whole gambit, and it's just that's just unfortunate that it took me that way. But here's a little thing that I've come up with. I know a lot of people are disheartened by all the craziness that is going on in the news with all the negative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people out there that has the same heart that you have, same heart that the folks that are in chat has, and that's been suppressed.
Yes,
that's absolutely been suppressed. There's a couple. I've seen it out like on TikTok. I don't know. TikTok's been one of those go-to things that I get kind of enjoyment out of, not necessarily for the paranormal stuff. I can honestly tell you, I try not to consume paranormal stuff 24/7. I know a lot of people that do, but I try to find light, But I saw a bunch of toy drives and people that were having to get out there and help people during this crazy year. A lot of people were having down on luck, and there was a ton of folks that were trying to help each other out.
Yes.
Hopefully everybody's doing that, but there's a lot of people that are going through there and trying to throw a monkey wrench into that. I don't know why they get such a jolly kick out of that, but
Because
God will.
you have, because it's something that one of two things. One, they can't see anybody getting something good happening or doing something good, or they haven't thought of that idea themselves, and they're jealous. Jealousy is as they say, jealousy is the root of all evil.
True.
And the best that you do is pray for those people that are negative like that.
Yeah, that's what kicked Satan out of heaven, jealousy.
Yes, exactly.
So
you put people like that, and hopefully the good. Every night when I say my prayers, one of the first things that I say is, I ask the Lord to send His heavenly angels down to those that are in the negative zone and give them a little jump start into the positive zone. Enter their lives. Give them I won't give them a little boot where
where it's needed.
Because sometimes right, exactly. Because sometimes that's what they need, and you never know where that will happen. It could just be a kind word that may all of a sudden change someone's life around. I mean, that's what it was with my husband.
Yeah.
When I first met him, he was a very negative person, and the more we talked, and the more I got him to see things in a different way. Pardon the pun, because he was blind. But the more I got him to see things in a different way and to better understand how life can be and how good life can be, he changed his life. He changed his way of thinking, and that life wasn't as negative as he thought it was. And come near the end, he was, well, except for only because of his disease, he started to get dementia. But before he reached that part of it, he was happy. He was happy that he had found somebody that could love him for who he was, and to accept him for who he was, and be happy. And he could accept me for who I was. It wasn't a bed of roses every single day, but if there was something that was, we took our problems when they came, and we worked at it, and and we talked about it, and we got through it.
True. Well,
I think we can count on
that's the
one
key to
hand.
communicate. Communicate is the key to any relationship, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. You want to share every moment with the person that you've decided, well, I want to be with that person for the rest of my life. They share everything with you. The good, bad, the ugly. You can't hide stuff from them.
No. And that's what I used to tell him. You got to tell me how you feel, because if you don't tell me how you feel, I can't read your mind. And so that's when he started talking about how he would feel about certain things. And the biggest thing was his illness, and the biggest thing was, I could be dead tomorrow. And I went, well, then we need to talk about everything. When he died, we had said everything that we had needed to say to each other.
Oh, that's awesome.
There was nothing left to say.
That is awesome.
Oh yeah. Because when he died, I thought about it, and I had, because he was in a coma when by the time I got to the hospital, because I was also taking care of my mother-in-law at the time. And by the time we got to the hospital, he was already in a coma. And I was hoping that he would come out of a coma to at least acknowledge that, that we were there. And he never did. But I thought about it and thought about it. And the doctor had come in and, said, that, he's starting to tell me all of this stuff. And it was stuff that I already knew, because I knew with his illness that this is what was going to happen. And I just told the doctor, I said, you don't need to tell me. I already know. And he was like, okay. So, and I thought about it, and I said, we've already told each other everything that we need to tell each other.
All right.
So,
well, that's wonderful.
And I was, yeah. And how often do you get to be with someone as long as we were together and be able to know that person, that you and that person that you were with, that you have spent basically your life with, and know that, you've already said everything that you've ever wanted to say to that person, and
Sure.
they've said everything that we wanted to say to you.
Right. Well, nowadays, the norm is a relationship is disposable. You take
Yes.
one, pass it on like you pass a tissue. You're done with it, roll it up, go buy another one, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That,
and so,
unfortunately, that mentality, ruins a lot of stuff. The grass is always greener on the other side of that fence over there. Even though I'm happy, there might have been a little bump in the road, but you got to stick it out. God puts you to. I look at it from a perspective of God puts people in my life and puts me in their life for a reason. Yeah, maybe just a kind word or a prayer or, hey, I'm sticking it out with you that I'm gonna be your friend from now until the end of time. Yep. But it's God's always. If here's the thing. This came to my mind probably about 2 weeks ago. If friends are friends forever, if the Lord's the Lord of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
You can weather a bunch of stuff if you talk it out, and God is, you're in God's corner, and God's definitely got your back. And if they're a person that's with you, that's friends, or more of a friend, you're in a relationship, married to. If God's a part of that relationship, whichever iteration of that relationship it is, it's going to stick. Could be some bad times, but also some good times too.
You got to be a friend first before you can be a lover.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
If you can't be a friend first, you're never going to make it as lovers.
Yep.
That's how I look at it.
Absolutely.
So I also wanted to mention to you, last week, I think it was, when you had the picture with the sheep going around in a circle.
Oh yeah. That's so strange. That's just one of many videos out there of sheep and other cattle just going around in a clockwise circle until they die of exhaustion.
Yes. Well, it's actually a disease.
Okay.
I found that out. I can't think of the name of the disease off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, the flu. It's short-term memory. But I found that out the other day. But apparently, if they happen to be in an area where there is cattle that is being raised, it is something that other animals like sheep that ended up getting passed on from cattle. the cattle waste.
So is it like a fungus, or what is it, or is it a?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's some kind of a fungus. And if the sheep happen to go and graze in an area where the cattle have been, and the cattle, see, it doesn't affect the cattle anymore, but the cattle are carriers of this. I think it's a fungus. I'm
Okay.
almost certain it's a fungus, but don't. I'm not 100% certain. But
Yeah,
I know
definitely
that.
look this up. But yeah, that's what I suspected. Possibly is one of the reasons. It could be a
Yeah,
myriad of reasons doing the same exact thing. There's a lot
and
of
it'll do the same to deer.
right. They got that
It was,
it's a zombie deer or whatever. They'll get a fungus infection.
yeah, there was a report of a wildlife officer that had gone out, and he found 20 dead deer,
Mm-hmm.
over by the river. And, to find 20 dead deer, and, they weren't shot, they weren't, there was nothing that they could tell that was wrong with them, except that they were bloated. And they discovered that they had that, we'll call it a fungus for now, because I just can't think of what it is. But when they did the autopsies, well, I know it's not an autopsy on an animal, but when they dissected the animals, they're what it does something to the brain, and it just caused the deer to drink and drink and drink and drink and drink, and they just drank so much that their stomachs became bloated, and that's what, basically, in a sense, that's what killed them.
Right. It's interesting.
And yeah, there's a name for it, and like I said, I can't remember it. But yeah, and they discovered that.
AJK says it's listerious. I think it's how you pronounce it. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that. But I know that but I know that originally, I think they discovered it, I want to say back in the 1940s. There was, when cattle ranchers and sheep ranchers, when sheep ranchers kind of moved into the cattle ranchers areas, had kind of happened with some of the sheep ranchers, and that started happening. And when they did the testing on the sheep that basically died, they basically ran themselves to death, because all they kept doing was going round and round and round in this circle until they collapsed from exhaustion, because they could not get them to stop. And that's what they discovered, is that they had something that had gotten, because the sheep had gone and grazed over into areas where the cattle had been. And of course, the cattle,
mm-hmm.
Exactly, yeah. And it was something that the sheep couldn't handle, but the cattle could. And that's why they have to keep sheep and cattle separate from each other. So that's that mystery there. And of course, deer go wherever.
True.
But yeah, that was yeah.
Well, Joanne, I appreciate you calling in. It was a blessing. Thanks for sharing all those stories, from the Kandahar Giant to how you and your husband got together. That was a beautiful story. Appreciate that. And thanks for sharing about Levi being found and Chase. That was a wonderful godsend story. So I appreciate that.
When I saw the picture of him and his son together, oh man, the smiles were like a mile wide.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Well, you have a Merry Christmas. God bless you and your family, and I hope that we talk again soon.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I have so many more stories.
I'm sure.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Oh, I'll tell you, there's a reason why things happen when they happen.
Right.
And like after my husband died, they thought I had breast cancer, which didn't turn out to be breast cancer. But I did end up having rectal cancer. Knock on wood. Oh yeah.
I hope that came out
So
all right.
there's a reason why when my husband died, because he never would have been able to handle that. But I'll tell you, that's for another story, another time.
All right.
Anyways, you have a great night.
All right. God bless and Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You too, Sean.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. There you go. Joanne. Thank you for calling in, Joanne. She had a lot of stories. A heck of a lot of stories. If you want to call in and share your stories, or just say, hey, Merry Christmas to y'all, or whatever you want to call in about, 931-994-6917. Drop the link in the chat to jump in StreamYard if you'd like. Hold on just a second. Let me drop that link in now. Get that going. Yeah, there it is. All right. Got a couple of more. Oh, heck, we've been doing this for an hour and 20 minutes, give or take. But there you go. Thank you, Joanne, for calling in. God bless y'all. Next thing up, this has been out since March. I was about ready to jump in and start talking about this right before Joanne called, and I appreciate Joanne calling in. But I think this is Throat Singing King is the name of this TikToker or whatever it is. I've got the audio on because there's no music there other than him doing throat singing out in the wilderness. Give me just a second. We'll share the screen. I've got two videos of the same thing, but we'll watch this. Sean, that did not sound. How did that come out? Oh, okay. Haha. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. But anyway, this guy does let's see. This guy does throat singing. It's all positive kind of vibe stuff, which is cool. No problems with that whatsoever. But he does this out in the wilderness, and he does this. And here you go. It says, when a deer approached and watched me while I was live. Let's see if I got this. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me pop this in. I thought I had this thing situated to where, well, it should be there. QuickTime Player. For whatever reason, it's not playing. Why is that not playing? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I got turned off. No wonder. Holy smokes. Duh. It works better if you got plugged in and turned on. How's that? Let's do this one more time there, folks. You gotta listen to this guy. He's doing this throat singing thing, but here we go.
Pretty sure he was looking for where the sound was coming from, but I stopped and started talking, and I was confused.
Can you see that little black thing in the background?
All right.
So. Look behind the deer. Oh, just a second. Let me turn that down. I just want to show you what was happening right there. If you can see right behind the deer, there's two something and others right there. Now I've got another video of the same thing, but they've got magnified what's going on with the deer in the background there. So if this is Bigfoot or maybe wild men, there's a couple instances of stories out there of wild men out there. Let me remove that and get the other one. Get the other video here. Oh crap, that's the wrong one, buddy. Here's the throat singing one. Let me get this stuff shared out. Add to stream. Let's see. Nope. Son of a gun. Stop. Let's add. Why did it not share the screen? Sometimes this is confusing. So same thing here. Let me turn his audio off. This is the same thing. You don't need audio on there. I wouldn't think. We're just looking to see what that throat singing is doing. So here we go. Look back behind there. Look at these two things right there. Yeah, there's the circle stuff. Throat Sing King is the name of the TikTok channel. Throat Sing King right there. Move this over here to the side there. Behind the deer. Yep, right there it is. So this guy is doing the throat singing, which I'd probably kill my throat if I tried to do something like that. Might be one of those. I'll get paid to quit singing. I could probably do that. Maybe get paid to quit singing there, but this guy is throat singing. So are those these two things right here? That's in the circle. Are those Bigfoot? Are those wild men? Or those couple kids or men or women or what have you out there just peeking around their brush there, seeing what's going on there? Now, let me move this back and we'll redo. Play the original back so you can see what this gentleman was doing here. Stop sharing and share out the other one. If you want to call in at 9319-946917, you're more than welcome. But here we go. We'll play this, and this is Throat Sing King on TikTok.
Pretty sure you were looking for where the sound was coming from, but I stopped and started talking, and I was confused.
Wait a minute. Right here.
Pretty sure you was
right here. If you can see my little arrow, there's some black walking. And over here is the deer, but there's something black walking right there, and I don't think that's a deer either.
Looking for where the sound was coming from, but I stopped and started talking, and I was confused. All right.
And right there's the, I think whatever it is, these two individuals, I'll say individuals, and trying not to say what I think they are. I honestly, I think these are Bigfoot. Could be absolutely wrong, but who the heck knows what those are? Craziness is all I can tell you. Works as a squatch call. Could be AJK. Or maybe, that's an odd sound, an odd frequency coming through that you just don't normally hear from a human voice or any other voice out there. Maybe they got curious. Sean, that's better than that Patterson film. Well, AJK, I know that you're not a fan of the Patterson film. You think that something from I think it was 64, 65 got faked. I personally don't think it's fake. I think that's the gold standard until something better comes out. But hey, we all, just because I believe something is real doesn't mean that it is real, but who knows? Who knows? All right. Now I want to go back over the other Let's see. Secrets to the universe is vibration, resonance, and frequency. And states of matter, actually, but that's frequency as well. How much energy frequency is in that? You had to jab. Well, what do you think that is, AJK? Is that real? Is this particular video that from this Throat King, is that real? Or is it some elaborate faking hoax that just happens to be just to stimulate some more views on TikTok? Which it definitely has gotten views on TikTok. That's no problem. A lot of people shared it out and done their own commentary, just like I'm doing commentary on it. But right there, you know, it's like they just peek out from behind a tree. Now, I've heard several stories of tree, you know, let me rephrase that. I was about ready to say tree peekers, but that didn't sound right. Heard that Bigfoot peeking around trees to get people's attention. But that being said, you know, there was a lot right there at the, if you can see right here, this little black thing starts walking over. And I think that's one of the ones that are in the background, which that kind of got cut off. They kind of went to the meat and potatoes of the whole video. Was looking strange looking being with big ears. I don't know. That kind of looks like it's a deer. Kind of looks like a deer. I could be wrong. Could be deer. Could be deer. Joanne thinks it's real. But this is a throat king or throat sing king. Throat sing king. There at the top. Throat sing king. That's just another one of those that just leaks out and says, hey, whatever the heck that is that real? Is it Memorex or is it something else? You know, it's on the internet, you know, and all the deep fakes and stuff that are out there. Possibility that it could be fake. Possibility it could be 100% real. And there's a possibility that with the distortion, that's not the best quality video out there. But what do you think it is? Is it real? Hit a 1 in there if that's a real Bigfoot. 2 if it is a fake. 3 if it's mistaken. Yeah, it's probably a couple of people in the background there sticking their head around trees. 1 and let's see. Where's old Dark Woods? He's got a number 5. I'm sure that will stick out there. Hey, Julie S., what's going on? 1. She thinks it's a 1. AJK's got a 1 on there, Ben. Let's see. Miss Sue, what do you think it is? Gene's got a number 3. It was mistaken. Okay. 1, but not sure that's Bigfoot. Okay. 1. 4 Dark Woods. Big Cold jumps in there, you know, holding Dark Woods number 5 place there. There you go. Thank you kindly there. Always a pleasure. But yeah, that thing's whatever those are right there. I don't know what they are. Could it be Bigfoot? I would say there's a strong possibility. I believe there's Bigfoot out there. Primal Cries in the house. Look at there. Welcome. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Jumping in there. So the majority of thinking it's 1, maybe 3, maybe a mistaken identity. A couple of people out there that's hunting. Could be hunters, but if they're hunting white-tailed deer, they have to have blaze orange on, like this UT pullover I've got. They got to have blaze orange on there. So Bonita says number 3, so mistaken identity. Okay, all right, I got you. Play this one more time. We'll move on to the next one. But I've got about 3-4 more videos to get through the next half hour. I'm going to do about a 2-hour show and call her or not, unless it gets kind of cranked up. But if somebody calls in, and we get her talking like Miss Joanne called in. I hope you feel better with that flu, though, Joanne. I really do. But there you go. I think it's probably Bigfoot. Could be absolutely wrong, but who knows? Let me jump and get rid of these two here. And I've got two. I'm going to show you the original, and then I've got enhanced version of this video here. Somebody was out, it looks like probably flatland, maybe, at night. And I think this thing has. I'm gonna play it silent, and then I'm gonna kind of play it with the audio up just a little bit. It says Bigfoot stalks camper. It's like 36 seconds long. Now I've got an enhanced version of this that I've done myself. So is this car lights off in the distance? Richard Cox says compelling but not convincing. I'm gonna play this one more time. There's no really music or anything to this. As you can hear in the foreground, that's really close. Sounds like canines there. Dark woods, hey buddy. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. There's dark woods. Big Gilly, yeah. What big eyes you got there? Primal Cry, good to see you there, huh? So, what do you think this is? I looked at this has not only been on TikTok, it's over on YouTube, and I think I saw it over on a couple other places. The comments are, hey, they make headlights every day, more or less. Anybody live in Hawaii? How's that volcano up there behaving? There's an erupting volcano. The oldest active volcanoes been erupting for about a week over there. Gray alien. Okay. All right. So that being said, that was the original video. Now I've got an enhanced version of this video. All I did was I tweaked made it a little bit lighter, and I brought out some features, not a whole lot. I'm not going to say this is a wow moment, but there's some features on there that popped out to me from this thing. So here we go. Let me turn the audio up here. Follow the cameras too much. Okay, well, possibility. The only thing is, right about here, first couple of frames, you can see that this thing turns its head, or what looks like its head, a little bit to the right from perspective of it. I'm doing frame by frame here. Right here. Kind of turns its head a little bit. Right in there. Now, is it a car? I don't think it's a car whatsoever. Do you think this is a vehicle or a couple of lights, or maybe somebody with a dual headlamp? Got the little two headlamps on the side of their foreheads. So what? That's the thing of it. With these things, anything on the internet, you kind of wonder, well, what the heck is that thing? I think it sounds like a bear. That's what bears' eyes look like at night. Okay. Honestly, I don't hear a bear. I hear what sounds like a canine breathing in and out. Joanne says, I think it's fake. It moves too weird. Okay. Awful close together. I think it's puma, Sheldon says. Well, puma, bear, fox. I'm just kicking it. There's a number 5 comment there. But that's interesting. So half and half. It's could it be fake? We'll go with could it be cryptid, whether it's Bigfoot, Dogman, or whatever. Skinwalker. We'll do with number 1. Number 2, it's somebody out there in a field with a couple of two headlamps that are on either side of their temples. A bear or some other creature that is, local, indigenous to that area. Don't know. Number 1, Julie says right here. Then we got a 2 for Big Cole. Bear definitely pant like that when they are winded. Okay. Coyote, 2 possibility. Okay. So number 5 for Joanne, right out of the box. And number 5. Whatever it is, it's interesting, say the least. I'd probably say, no, I don't want anything to do with that, and turn around and head to the house, personally. And then Miss Sue, our resident Australian, Aussie, is don't know. Problem is the lights follows the camera lens too much for me to be comfortable saying it's natural. Okay. Just curious, I absolutely can't tell. So we got a couple of can't tells, don't knows. So it's all over the map, more or less, what I'm seeing from the chatters. Whether it is a cryptid or if it's an animal or if it's who the hell knows. I personally, I think it's an animal of some sort. I don't know if it's cryptid or whatever, but I think it's a living, breathing something or another. Could be a number of things. Yeah, absolutely. It's in the dark, and even the enhancement. You can kind of see the outline of its head right in here. Now it could be just the blur or the blurry whatever, but you can kind of see, kind of glow of the head. But you can't make out. Well, right here, you can almost see outline of a body there, even though it's very freaking pixelated. Right here, if you can see it. You can see the outline of the body and the head there. But that being said, this is deep dark and this is enhanced greatly. Don't know. So it makes its appearance what looks like it's, you can see the head, but then all of a sudden it likes to move back and forth. And I agree with you, Mike. It does look a little bit unnatural going back and forth. Could it be a drone? But if it's a drone, you would hear the whine of the motors and the buzz of the motors as well. It kind of looks maybe a little drone-ish the way it looks. Moves around. Is that it? I don't know. Oh, got a. Well, let's see. Dude, got a negative from Shell. I'll just say, let me download. Let me see. Can I download that? Yeah, I can download. Let me say that downloads, and we'll jump in here from the downloads and show you what. Thanks for sharing that with me, Shell. Downloads here. Open. There we go. We'll get this thing open and we'll share that out. Looks like 2 headlamps there. Darkwood says, I don't think it's going back and forth. The person's video's tapping. Maybe the only one moving. Could it be a car then? I don't know. It's a strange video for sure. Let me stop this. And I think we've had enough look-see at it, but we'll got a screen grab here from Shell. And here's the screen grab of a negative of whatever that is. Could be car lamps, headlamps. Could be headlamps off of actual 4-head dual lantern lamp. Chupacabra squirrel. Okay, we're getting into the thick of what it might be stretching for. I think it could be either a drone of some sort with superimposed audio with what sounds like a canine. I think Shell said it sounded like a bear, which she's an avid woodsman. Well, thank you, Hayes. I appreciate that. Thank you for the Cash App tip. Greatly appreciated. Let me save that there too. And then bring this downloads here. Oh, where did I do it? There we go. We got that one. So that's a negative screen grab. Thanks to Shell. And here's another one that grabbed from Shell as well. And here we go. So is that an outline of whatever that was? Is that outline of a body? Could that be a bear? Man, it looks, from a perspective of, I don't know how big it is. It could be just inches from the camera, whoever's holding the camera. But is that a bear? Oh, here we go. Brought her out a little bit, looks like there. Let me stop this one out. It actually looks decent. A little bit more than what I had going on there. Yeah, hold on just a second. Uno momento, por favor. Let's see. Save the downloads, and then let's go over here. Another screen grab. And there you go. So, what is that? Now, kind of rules out that it's a car, but it does look like it has some sort of body there. Those were a joke. There's a real one in my inbox. Okay. There is. What was the joke? Oh, okay. All right. Well, the first one was a joke. All right. Gotcha. But what is that? Big Cole's coyote. That's coyote. That's coyote. Okay. Well, maybe. Whatever it is, creepy. I agree with you, Joanne. That's definitely creepy. But would you stay around there if you were the fellow or whoever's got a hold of that camera, smartphone? Would you stand there and film this thing out in the middle of the darkness? Yeah, it looks like it's pretty. It looks like it is pretty much, zero dark 30 there. Would you stick it out and find out what the heck that is? Julie says, nope, see ya. No, I don't like being on the menu. Big Cole, it's a dude holding an infrared night camera. I've never seen that before. Okay. I don't know. Could it be two people with on opposite sides of this field, or within a opposing thing, and then in tandem just filming each other? Could be. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's stranger than crap, and I wouldn't want to be out there. I'd leave her alone. I'd say, I'm done. I'm going to go in and watch Hulu or whatever. Another episode of MASH. So, there you go. More real here. Whatever that is, I don't know what it is, but it's strange. All right, so next thing up, we'll call that a who's he wants it. It could be real, it could be Bigfoot man, bear, it could be coyote, drones. It could be just about anything. Binocular infrared cameras. It's that way. Okay. Could be that too. It could be a whole lot of stuff. Consensus is I don't know. But it is strange. Oh, show. All right, so give me just a second. We'll get to. Oh, I showed this on. Let me get this straightened up here. Let me zoom in a little bit, get her straightened up. Showed this Saturday night, and I thought it was such a good video. I want to show it to y'all if you didn't see me Saturday night on Dark Waters channel over there on YouTube. Here is a Bigfoot family of 3 individuals. And this is all over the place. So apparently somebody that watches these, according to the story that's attached to several postings of this stuff, has this thing. Says that whoever is taking this video, let's see, 50 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, somebody sent me a text message. I can't see who it was. Apologize for that. If you sent me a text message at 931-994-6917, didn't show up. Just strange. So what is that? These 3 are is this fake? According to what this video, what's behind it, the story behind it is an individual that is tasked to watch these individual Bigfoot. Decided to release this footage. Now, there's 2 pieces of footage here that is spliced together. You got this, which I think is the male daddy, and then right to the right of it on the screen, to the frame, is another individual, which I think I possibly took out of the thing, but there's 3 individuals there walking. But what is this? Is this actually Bigfoot? Or is this a 3 people in suits? Or is this actually a cinematic something or other? Off of Planet of the Apes. Let me take this down. Let me zoom out a little bit and get the there we go. Now you can see the other individual there. Okay, that's zoomed all the way out. Gene says it looks like people. Okay. Could be people. Could be, but the story attached to it is somebody's assigned task to watch these Bigfoot. If it is Bigfoot, could be somebody in hairy suits running around. three individuals doing this, or it could be a cinematic adventure that hasn't been produced yet, hasn't been posted or put out in the theaters yet. Sue says it's an expensive hoax. Yeah, maybe. Don't know, but it's one is pretty cool looking. I like it. All right. 2 adults in suits and 1 midget. Andrea says. But again, you get we live in a era where if you're my age, 50s, 40s to 50s, 60s, you grew up to where we come off of the backs of folks from World War II. And we grew up like them, but we also got exposed to a bunch of computers and smartphones and all kinds of crazy stuff. So we've seen a whole lot of stuff. Could this be a product of our imagination? What is a Gen Z, I think? It's interesting, whatever it is. Could this be just a deep fake? Now, I have played around with those AIs. They can be crazy spooky. Crazy spooky. Could be Bigfoot, but walk more like a person. Flat Rock's in the house there, buddy. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a hot minute. We're looking over this Bigfoot family video. Apparently somebody that is tasked to watch these things released this video to disclose, hey, what is going on here? But there you go. Bonita says, smooth walkers, more like human-like. More like human-like. Well, I'm looking at it from a perspective of AJK probably will say, hey, the Patterson film was not real, which we already know that. But I believe the Patterson film is real, and I use that as my comparison film to all this stuff. Who knows what that is? Whatever it is, it's an extravagant fake movie, maybe. Don't know, or it may be a deep fake. There's a whole bunch of deep fakes out there, and that this type of video with its graininess, pixelation, absolutely could be a deep fake. And then again, it could be absolutely real. It could be Bigfoot. I don't know. So, all right, into that. Oh, we got about 13 more minutes. What else have we got here? What do you guys think? 1, if it's Bigfoot. 2, if it is a bunch of people in suits filming something like a movie or whatever. Or 3, deep fake. Let's see, Bigfoot. Nah, I don't want to. Let's see what else. Ooh, yes, I want to play that one. I'll play that one. That was on. What's that last one I had up here? Nope, I already had that one. Poltergeist activity. I'll put that in human size. Would not want to run up on them in the woods. I can say that. Yep. No, I did. Number 5. Julie says number 3. Number 2. So this is production value something another. Number 3. Background does look right on. No, leaning on the number 3. Monkey Vines and Spirits says. How you guys doing, Beth? Appreciate you jumping in here. Sasquatch move more gracefully than that. I think it's fake. Okay. All right. That's another one. I'm kind of leaning toward it's a fake. I'm kind of on the whether it is a deep fake, a CGI, versus a bunch of people in hairy suits or whatever. But what are you going to tell us? AI saying, "Hey, produce a Bigfoot film or strip of whatever. And it's going to pull from what it has available. Hey, Bigfoot looks like humans. Humans walk like this, but they're hairy, so it superimposes hair over top of it. Flat Rock says it is definitely, without a doubt, fake. Human size. And proportions all different. Good, you're festive tonight. I like the tree. Well, that tree is only a 4 foot tall. Look behind my wheelchair there. It's 4 foot tall. My aunt, God bless her, she come over and said, "You need to do something here." You know, I had a little 1.5 foot tall white little tree that I had sitting on my dining room table. And she's like, "Well, we got to do something about that." And she brought me a poinsettia and stuff over and a whole slew of ornaments. So, anyway, I have watched a bunch of Christmas. I watched Scrooged, and I watched Christmas Carol, the one with George C. Scott. That is by far the best one, in my opinion. Christmas Carol. I watched It's a Wonderful Life twice, the black and white version and then the colorized version. Well, I can't say I watched it twice this year. I've watched the black and white through once and the colorized about halfway through it. But yeah, there you go. But there you are. I've got a poltergeist video that I'm going to show you, and I can't remember who this is off of, but I repost them over on TikTok. And I believe these are from England. There's a couple that lives in this poltergeist infested whatever. But is this real or is this fakery? I don't know. Looks kind of real. Hold on just a second. Share this out. But let's see. And the audio, I'll play the audio with it. There's like 44 seconds of stuff. I've had stuff that, in this house before. I got it amply blessed. Oh, the water turns on this one. But yeah, this poltergeist activity, and there's a lot of other things. And now the audio sounds pretty good. The quality audio sounds like there's enough definition there that if this is mechanical, which it doesn't mean anything, this could be a sound stage. And on the other side of the cabinets are a couple of people moving the cabinet doors open and close and turning the water on and off. This is off of TikTok, and I can't remember. Hold on a second. Let me look at no, I can't turn that on because that will automatically play over as soon as I hit that. Any stuff on my basement cams? There, last few times I've looked down there in my basement, which, PK Way says it's only a myth. Okay. Definitely, they want to be noticed. Real. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me pull up my basement camera. I hadn't shown my cameras in a while. Yeah, hold on just a second. I had planned on this, but since I went on StreamYard, it's fairly easier than doing over on OBS. Where the heck is it? Oh, here's my security camera. Let's see. Let me pull this up. It has been raining like cats and dogs here off and on for the last little bit, and then we're going to get some more here. There's my basement camera. And share this out. Just a second. Actually looks pretty dry considering what's going on down there. What's been going outside with all the rain and stuff. But there's the basement camera. I just heard the sump pump turn on and off. So there was something which I think was, let me pull this up to where right here there is a spider web on the right hand side that moves back and forth, and the IR lights kind of illuminate it. But I hadn't seen anything down here in a long time. Not since I blessed this house. Something good right there at the first of summer. Right as it was in the spring into the first of summer when I decided, hey, I want to go upstairs and open up the windows, and that's when I really just let this house have it with the blessings and prayers and stuff. And since then, thank God that it is without a doubt a whole lot quieter for sure. But them poltergeists would scare shite out of me. Yeah. My sister, sis, if you're, well, I don't know. All she can do is call on Facebook. But sis, if you're on, send me a Facebook message. I'd love to have you tell that story of what happened over at your house with you and Chris. But yeah, there you go. There's a string of lights right there on the right hand side, and it kind of blinks in and moves and stuff. That is a spider web for sure. Down there. And there you go. Hey, Linda, what's up? I haven't seen you. Well, it's been a bit. You're still awake. Holy cow. What time is it over there? Let's see, it's 5+ hours. So it's probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, something like that in the morning. Boy, you're keeping my kind of hours. Don't know if they're bad, Sean. What is there? That's my basement. That's a live feed from my basement right now. There, Beth. That's a live feed from my basement. I've got 11 cameras in here. There's one thing that happens. I've shared it with a couple people, some recordings and stuff. It happens in my laundry room. 2.56, but work 5 hours. Oh, that's cool. And there's a thumping in my laundry room. Boom, boom, boom. It doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't happen when it's windy. It doesn't happen when it's rainy. I can't find out what it is. It doesn't happen when water's been running the pipes or anything like that. I've recorded the sound 3 or 4 times in my laundry room. Now, I don't think it's inside the house. It doesn't sound like it's inside the house. It sounds like it's on the outside of the house, like something's knocking on the door. In the laundry room, 1 second, let me stop this and pull up the, let's see. Where is it? Yeah, why not? You'll get to see how messy my laundry room is. But here you go. I'll hit this. And I put a camera back there just to see what's going on. If I can I've captured the thumping back there a couple times. But there's my green thumb right there. I water those once a week on Sundays. But there you go. And to the left here, right here, it's all drywall, but on the outside of the house, it looks like there's a doorway. And there used to be a doorway there. And it sort of sounds like somebody's knocking on the door. Now the outside, the outside of this is, the other side of this is air. That's outside to the backyard. And there used to be an entrance there. I remember the prior owner before my family bought this place. A little 100-year-old lady, Miss Thomas, would go out in her sunbonnet, her big house coat, and it'd be 100 degrees out there to look over the garden that her son would grow. But she would go through that, and now boarded up, painted up entranceway. You can't. It doesn't even look like it. It looks like a freaking wall, but kind of sounds like somebody's knocking on the door to me. But that's about it. That's only if there's anything weird that happens in that house, that's what happens is right in that one. So, but there you go. Going to be an old farmhouse. Was going to ask about a doorway. Yeah, there's a doorway there, but it's boarded up and got some drywall over it. This was built by one of the first grocers in the area, where I park cars. And there, Beth, is the footprint, the concrete footprint of the retail store there. In chance there's a teeny draft through the old door jamb or board. Possible. I don't know, but it's I'd have to go outside and look and see about that. But from the door, it is just one solid white sheetrock wall. But like I said, that's only weirdness that's going on in this house right now. Hadn't seen any weirdness in quite a while since then. Got a whole lot of stuff cured that day I blessed this house. And I'm happy and thankful to God that it all happened and got rid of. But there you go. All right. So I'm about 2 hours and 2 minutes into this show. If you want to call in, this is last call for the last caller. 931-994-6917. If you want to call in, and there's no time limit, to tell you the truth. 1 second. Oh, here we go. Area code 770, Eye Shine. Oh, Rick. Hey, bud. Appreciate you. He says it's Eye Shine. Squatch at night. That's not it. Okay, gotcha. 931-994-6917. If you want to call in, there's no time limit. I'm not going to rush you off of the thing, but I'm going to give it about 5-6 minutes, 7. Yeah, tops. I can ramble on for a little bit. Looks like a window to more likely sticky stuff around the window pane. Might be loose in the spot. Maybe a little give and take. Well, these are old. This old house. This whole place creaks and moans, especially in high winds. If there's a lot of high winds, this whole place sounds like it is haunted, like it's. You think there's a bazillion ghosts in here, and during high winds, this whole thing moans and breathes and whatnot. Before I got this place blessed, certain people that I can count on my left hand or right hand, whichever one you want to call. If they walk through the door, this house reacted to them. Don't do it now, but since then, well, can't say that. I haven't had it react to anybody since I blessed this house. Doors opening, closing, and slamming, and weird thumps and stuff. I kind of say, hey, this is a 100-year-old house, and this crap like that happens. And I'm not giving that. I'm not saying that that's paranormal. But thumping, and you're sitting there going, okay, where's that thumping at? So it should be right there where this door used to be. You can't see it. It's right in front of the washer and dryer, and I opened up the washer and dryer and listened to the inside the dryer to see, well, is it the lint or the heat exhaust from the dryer that maybe the two-way valve inside of it is, flapping. I was like, well, I'm listening for it. Nope, that's not it. But oh yeah. If you have been following me for long enough, or I have shared with you privately, right there at probably about 3, maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago, possibly, I caught an EVP. And the reason why I caught it wasn't I wasn't looking for EVPs. I screw that. I ain't looking for that. Right after my brother Travis passed away, I was looking for everything in the book to, save that had his likeness. And just so happened in the camera in this room that I am in, and the cameras was on the wall over there, captured an EVP. And I wasn't looking for it. I saw it. And I'm like, hey, there's Travis. Yeah, my late brother was like, I got to capture that or record it. I've got it saved on about 3 or 4 different drives here locally and out on the web. But the voice is clearer than there was 3 people in the room, me and my brother and somebody else. But that 4th voice was clearer and louder than the 3 people in the house that you can see on camera. But since then, I hadn't heard anything like that. Theories and stuff about it, I'm not going to say, but privately I might say it, but not in public. But Joanne says, I kill plants, unfortunately. Would you believe I sing to those freaking plants in that in my laundry room, my utility room? I sing to my plants. I was actually going through just saying, okay, well, I hadn't looked for any kind of alerts on my cameras, and the camera in that laundry room had a couple of sound alerts, and I was like, okay, well, I'll pick that one. It was me singing at about 1:30 in the morning. Believe it or not, it was me just singing random something other. I can't remember what I was singing, but there you go. All right, folks, since nobody's calling in, 931-994-6917. If you want to interrupt me in my exit stage left, you can. But Julia says, take care. Many blessings to y'all. Well, there you go. God bless you, Julie. Yes, appreciate you. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. Oh, happy Pearl Harbor Day. On this date, 1941, Pearl Harbor lost a little over 2,000 folks in that attack from Japan. Thank you for your service if you are either active or retired military veteran. God bless you. Thank you for your service. Well, no matter what country you're from, thank you. But let me get the prayer going here. If you want to be a part of the prayer chain, I'm going to pray over. Well, it's not lengthy. Probably about 24 names. But if you want to be a part of that prayer chain, you can email me at SeanGraham@IamDarkWaters.com or call me or text me. Hey, I'd like to be a part of that. Or if you need somebody that needs if you need to have a prayer said with you, or, but if you feel like you want me to pray with you or pray for you, I certainly will. That's one of the things that God has put upon me to do with anyone. But here we go. Lord Jesus Christ, in thy love and mercy, establish a perimeter of protection around myself and all those that listened or participated in this show. and all our loved ones, those who pray for us and their loved ones. May the holy angels guard us and all our possessions, establishing a perimeter of protection around us, rendering us immune from any kind of demonic influence. I ask that no demonic bondage, door, demonic entity, portal, astral projection, or disembodied spirit may enter here in this space of 100 yards in all directions of us. I ask that any demons within the vicinity or any that should try to enter here be rendered deaf, dumb, and blind, that thou would strip them of all weapons, armor, power, illusions, and authority, that thou would bind, rebuke, and disable them from communicating or interacting with each other in any way. Remove them, sending them directly to the foot of thy cross, Jesus, Son of the Most High. Father God, if you would, please bless Gracie, Shell and Aiden, Laura and her family, Julie and Jeff, Sharon Guy, Patrick, Brenda, Julie S., Aaron and Erica, Lakea, AJK, Claire Ellis, Dahl, Gil, Jayla, and Breland, plus their mama Janice, Stimulate, Jack and his children, Juanita Hicks, Lee, Amy, Beth, and Kurt and their father, Wes and his dad, T. Willis, Daryl Pratt, Jose Ramirez, Chase and Levi. Thank you, God, for bringing those two together. Julie Wheeler, Marquetta Jones and her family, Holly, Sharon Arms, Kevin, and Father, please bless my mother and help her get over her illness. In Jesus Christ's name, I pray. Amen. Holy cow. Impressed it's not those glasses you're really intelligent, good remembering. Oh, well. Every once in a while, the one or two brain cells that kind of work together kind of make friction, and then a spark of memory will pop up. But that being said, folks, if you want to reach out to me at... Oh, well, looky there. That's cool. I've got to call my sister, looks like. I'll give her a call in just a little bit. But apparently she got a new phone number. So I'll call my sister here in a little bit. But if you want to reach out to me, Sean Graham, SHAWNGRAHAM, all one big word, at IamDarkWaters.com, or you can text or call me at the following number, 931-994-6917. God bless y'all. Happy Merry Christmas. I know there's a lot of people out there that says, hey, happy holidays. No. Merry Christmas. God bless you. May the Lord, the high God, Jehovah Jireh, bless each and every one of you. And I think that's about it. I'm out of here. I appreciate you staying around for the last 2 hours. 2 hours, 13 minutes, and a handful of seconds. But there you go. And I'll see you probably Wednesday. I keep dropping a hint that I may be on another radio show or produce another radio show or whatever. But there you go. Yep. Merry Christmas, Cole. Mr. Cole. Ivy. Let's see. Who else? Appreciate all y'all for sure. I'm done. Hey, God bless you, Mike. Appreciate you dropping in there, man. Sheldon, let's see. Gary said Sue. Ivy, just curious. Who else is in here? Flat Rock. Beth and Curtis is in here under Monkey Vines and Spirits. Sheldon, already said that. Who else? Andrew. Julie just left. Joanne, thank you for calling in, Joanne. You're a blessing for sure, and love that story about you and your husband. How he proposed to you. Took 3 times to get you to say yes, but it's amazing. Yeah. Never. I'll leave you with this. If you love someone, you ain't said I love you in the last little bit. that might be something that will turn their world around. Or if you haven't talked to somebody that you love in a while, call them or drop by and say, "Hey, I love you. Just wanted to tell you you mean something to me." So remember that. Used to do that a lot, especially where my office was. I would see a lot of people that would be, see them come and go quite often at the office that I worked with. And I would say hi. Some people wouldn't respond, but some people would, it meant the world to them. But there you go. All right, folks, I'm done rambling for tonight. God bless y'all, and I'll see you on the flip side.